Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on these live cameras right now. But I will keep a close eye, and if there's anything, we'll hand to it. How's Connor? Let me check. He's still stuck. Still stuck. It's still raining there, too. It's been raining there for like hours. I want to multitask like this dude. I've been doing this for 2 years. I mean, I have 6 monitors now, which also helps. We only had 2.5 or 3 for like the longest time. We just upgraded recently, so it's easier to multitask and do other stuff. Up until last month, we literally only had, or even beginning of this month, we only had literally 2 monitors. Now we have 6. Still got some rotation near Culbertson, Nebraska, moving east towards McCook. Yeah, it's not super strong, but it could produce a tornado with this sort of environment. We're in between 2 radar sites, so we don't have a great perspective on either, or really any of these storms. The one that's back over southwest of Maywood, that rotation has broadened over the last couple of scans. And then again, the one back up near Maxwell is confirmed. So if you're in this area, just continue to stay in your safe place, as we've had another report of a tornado on the ground with this storm as well. Have I gotten any water bottle hate? I get water bottle hate pretty often, actually. Seen a lot more comments about it recently. Specs of your computer. If you watch the members only live stream, I went over all the specs. I'll probably put all the specs on a website though at some point. I've had no time. We've had tornado warnings up the wazoo the last like 3 weeks. I've literally had like 0 time to do anything with that sort of stuff. If there's still a tornado on the ground, it'd be this right here, moving towards Brady. This is the general direction of where it's going. And it'll be approaching Interstate 80 near Brady and just to the south of Maxwell in southwestern Nebraska. I'm going to zoom back out again so you just have a view of everything. And I don't know if that's still on the ground. Again, a lot of these tornadoes have been brief, so it may or may not be on the ground still. Thank you, Shane, for becoming a Velocity member. Thank you, David, for the generous $20 Venmo. Yeah, again, I don't think Omaha is going to be too bad tonight. I think it's just mostly going to be wind, and a lot of that threat will come like after, probably after midnight at this point. So circulation near the Culbertson area broadening out. The one that's also southwest of Maywood is broader. We still do have a confirmed tornado again south of Maxwell, at least as of about 6 minutes ago, which again could have been brief. Don't really know as of right now, but presumably it's probably something brief and weak. But if you are in the pink polygon, any of these pink polygons, get underground, get to a storm shelter, get to a basement, closet, bathroom, whatever it might be, away from windows and on the lowest floor possible. No problem, Cal. Appreciate your generosity, and thank you for tuning in. Man literally talks almost non-stop for 9 hours at a time. Drink your water how you want. Not wrong. We usually do. Is there a threat for central Iowa? There will be like late tonight to tomorrow morning, but it probably won't happen until well after midnight. It's gonna be from this line of storms that'll develop. It'll be mostly a scattered, damaging wind threat, with maybe even a couple of tornadoes being possible. It's snowing in northern Colorado right now. Is it really? Almost at the end of May. It's actually kind of crazy. Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma at this point is mostly a wind and hail threat. I do think the tornado risk is dying down. These storms became pretty outflow dominant pretty quickly. So really at this point, it should be mostly a, again, a wind threat. Some hail possible, and then maybe an isolated tornado, but I think that risk is kind of done. I think these storms in Oklahoma will die down here pretty quickly. I don't think they're going to last very long. And there's some random ones popping up in Texas, but that's not concerning. So, yeah, I think the severe weather threat here in southwest Oklahoma is kind of dwindling. I think those will weaken pretty quickly with daylight heating ending and all that sort of stuff. I think it will be a lower risk after this. I will have a video again tomorrow morning, probably right around the same time as the last few, about the threat going on tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. It's gonna be a pretty big video because of the fact of the matter is we have literally 3 days to talk about, and 2 of which are going to be really big. We're talking Saturday and Sunday with big outbreaks being possible. Tomorrow will not be an outbreak, I don't think, but we will at least have a lot of thunderstorms and probably a lot of severe weather, with damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes all being possibilities. So it looks like tomorrow will be active, but I don't think it's gonna be as bad as, you know, today or even, you know, back on Tuesday. Well, actually, it could be technically worse than today, but, like, you know, it's kind of hard to compare and contrast today to tomorrow, because, like, today is, like, you know, we got a lot of storms up here. We had some discrete cells back over in Texas and Oklahoma. I think there's some differences with today's setup versus tomorrow. About Grand Island, Nebraska, tornadoes. I think it'll be mostly a wind threat for you. Could still get an isolated tornado or two, though. It's not impossible. I don't think the tornado risk is going to be that high. I think a lot of these tornadoes that we're going to be looking at are going to be brief and weak. That's at least the hope. Also, here's the other tornado report. 9 miles southwest of Maxwell, Nebraska. We had a confirmed tornado by public. But honestly, the rotation looks really weak on radar now. Gonna have something developing up here, too. So, something to keep in mind. Still got 4 tornado warnings. How long are you staying on? I don't know. Playing it by ear right now. Hey, Ryan, for the 5 gifted members. I appreciate that. Got a gifted membership. Make sure to thank Ryan in the chat. The plan today was just to be live for the discrete cells back over in like Oklahoma and Texas and maybe even Kansas, which Kansas never happened for discrete supercells. But things remain concerning here. We'll be live. The tornado that Reed was on, it's the same one that Connor was on. They're the same thing. Lots in Oklahoma. Yeah, I think lots in Oklahoma, again, mainly wind and hail. I don't think there's going to be any more tornadoes in Oklahoma tonight. Knock on wood. Get more tornadoes there, I don't even know what to tell you. 2024 has been crazy, but I don't think it's that crazy. Is Connor doing okay? I think he's still getting pulled out. I'm not really seeing any rotation here. It's been confirmed a few times, but I'm not seeing any rotation on radar. Just keep staying in your safe place just in case. The radar coverage in this area really blows. It's pretty bad. A lot of these areas have bad radar coverage that are kind of a bit more rural. The southern tornado warning includes a population of 10,000. The one in the middle includes like 100. And then I don't know about the other one that's confirmed, but doesn't really matter what the population is. I'm just kind of letting you know. The one up, the one that's confirmed is about 600 for Brady. So all these are relatively rural. This is the main one, which impacting a bit more people. If there's a tornado, it would be approaching the west side of McCook. I don't think there is one, but if there is one, it would be just west of McCook. And then rotation still broad east of A Center. And this is back down to radar indicated. So they've downgraded that to radar indicated for the time being. Alright. Lights flashing because I have to change the scene. I have not fixed our RGB lighting yet, so it's still a work in progress. You guys like the RGB lighting, by the way, when it flashes on tornado warnings and stuff? It's a new addition that we just made. Still not complete. I still have some stuff to do with it. Rural. I can't. Tongue twister. In rural areas. Rural. It does sound like rural. And not rural. Rural areas. I can't say that. Wow, that's horrible. Alright. No, the lights don't annoy me. It's a bright light, but it faces the other way, so it's fine. Actually, believe it or not, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but my face is not as bright. Like, it doesn't look as bright, at least on the camera. These lights don't feel as bright as they used to. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just used to it. I have a damage report of a flipped pivot in Stratton, Nebraska. What is a flipped pivot? Oh, it's like one of those farm things. Okay, I see. Sorry, I'm not a farmer, guys. My bad. Just had to look it up on Google. I had no clue. I had no clue what that was. Here's Connor's car, by the way. Stormrunner Media just got there. That thing is stuck in mud. For those that wanted an update. I don't know how long it's gonna take to get out of there. Yeah, I'm just seeing mostly broad rotation on all this. Really minimal rotation on that northern storm now, and then the other two right now are still relatively broad for circulation. Well, we'll keep a close eye on it. I'm just gonna stay panned out for now. Yeah, Connor's fine. It's just a lot of... It takes some work to get that car out of there.